Okay, so our focus is the standard equation and transformation of the parabola, meaning that is actually pertains to the graph. Okay? It pertains to the graph of the parabola. When I say transformation, it pertains to the graph of the parabola. When we are talking of the graph of the parabola, definitely, we relate this one to the standard equation. Lalo tayo. Okay? We relate this one to the standard equation. And we have said that, of course, when we talk of the parabola, so I have in here a parabola. You do your own. Okay? You do your own parabola. Now, you will notice that when it comes to the transformation or the graph of the parabola, there are four ways or four orientation of the parabola. Now, what are these? That is a parabola that opens upward. Okay, a parabola that opens upward. And a parabola that opens downward. And these are what we call now the vertical parabola. Okay? When I say vertical parabola, it pertains to the parabola that opens upward and opens downward. Now, another one is when we talk of the other two graph of the parabola, that parabola which opens, okay, which opens sideward, okay, which opens sideward. And this parabola are called now to be horizontal parabola, okay? They are called to be the vertical parabola. Now, these are related to the openings of the parabola are related to the standard equation of the parabola. When we speak of this one, a parabola that opens upward, you notice that it has its own working equation or standard equation of the parabola. Now, how is that? That is, we have in here x, okay? We have in here x minus h raised to the second power, and that is the same as 4p multiplied by the quantity y minus k, okay? Y minus k. Now, when we say a parabola that opens downward or upward, now we have to look into or we have to consider the word, my description, that is a parabola facing or axis in front of parabola. Okay? So when I say a parabola that faces the x-axis, meaning I am using the convex part of the parabola. What is the convex part of the parabola? The outside. Okay? So if this is the parabola that opens upward, the concave part is inside. The convex part is outside. Okay? So when I say parabola that faces the x-axis, meaning to say the parabola is open upward. Why? Because its convex part, this one, okay, this one, faces the x-axis, okay, faces the x-axis. Is that so important? Yes. Yes. Why? It determines when to make use of the square of binomial. Is it the this one or is it the other side? Meaning to say, mamaya, okay, we have in here y minus k raised to the second power of 4p multiplied by x minus h. Now, you notice that the opening and fronting the parabola will determine where to raise the one part of the standard equation to the second power. Okay? So if the parabola faces the x-axis, meaning to say, the quantity x minus h is the one being raised to its second power. I repeat, if the parabola faces the x-axis, in our working equation, the one that is being raised to the second power is the x minus h. Now another one is, let's try to look into this one. Okay? Okay. These are parabola which are called to be now the horizontal parabola. When I say horizontal parabola, it pertains to the parabola that opens to the right. It pertains to the parabola that opens to the left. Okay. Now, so that you will notice, if a parabola is considered to be a horizontal parabola, it faces, what is that? It faces the y-axis. Okay? Y-axis. That one. Now, so that if it faces the y-axis, meaning to say, it will be 1 or it will be the y minus k is the one being raised to the second power. You notice that I have in here the 4p. What is that? 4p. That 4p is already defined when we had the parts of the parabola that when we say 4p, that is actually the standard measure of the latus rectum. Okay? Meaning, if I have in here the focus and I will be drawing line segment, 2 points on coming from the 2 points on the parabola that passes through the focus, we will be having now the latus rectum, or what we will now the focal chord. Okay? Focal chord. So meaning to say, you notice that is the latus rectum, which has a measure of 2p. Then another one is 2p. Okay? 2p. Now meaning, when we have in here a 4p and that is positive, meaning to say, it determines the opening of the parabola. When that is positive, okay, meaning to say, the opening will always be to the right or upward. Okay? I repeat, if the 4p in here is positive, the opening of the parabola will be upward or rightward. So you will notice in here, as I'm saying, 4p is actually the measure of the latus rectum. Okay? The latus rectum is above the vertex or to the right of the vertex. So if I have this one, the latus rectum is in here, located to the right of the vertex. Okay? Or located above the vertex. And that will tell you that this must be positive. Okay, this must be positive. Now, you will notice that again, we have another parabola in here which is downward. Okay, which is downward. Now, what would be now the working equation? Same. Okay, it has same working equation that is the same as the parabola which opens downward. Okay, it has the same working equation, x minus h raised to the second power, that is only that must be negative 4p. Okay, that is y minus k. Notice that still the x minus y, be it open upward, open downwards, will be the one that is being raised into the second power. Why? they both faces the x-axis. Okay? Klaro. Same as in here, that the working equation of the right one, we'll write the working equation of the parabola that opens to the right, that is the same as y minus k raised to the second power, and that is the same as 4p, that is x minus h. Okay? Positive opens, that is opens to the right. Okay? Opens to the right. Notice that that is positive. Okay? Again, what about if that is opens to the left? Okay? Opens to the left. That is same equation, that is y minus k raised to the second power negative 4p. Okay? That is x minus h. Okay, x minus h. Now, let's try to look into these things. If the parabola opens downward, okay, the latus rectum is actually located below the vertex. Okay? Definitely, the focal point, okay, or the focal chord is below the vertex. Okay? Focal chord is below the vertex. Another one is the focus is below the vertex. Okay, below the vertex. Now, considering that we have in here now the standard equation, let's try to see further the description. You notice that dito tayo, let's look into this one, the vertex is what? At the point of origin. But anyway, let's try to still make use of h and k for our discussion. Now you notice, if the parabola opens upward, the vertex is at its what? Lowest point. Okay? Meaning to say, in the parabola, your vertex is the lowest point. If it's not the lowest point, that can also be called as minimum point. Meaning, the point is located below the parabola. Okay? So that is for a parabola that opens upward. Claro? Now, what about the vertex if that is downward? Meaning to say, the vertex is what? Of course, that is vertex HK. And that is the what? Highest point. There is no lowest and highest point as term being used in mathematical book. I use that one for my discussion. That is actually termed as maximum point or minimum point. Okay? For a clearer understanding, I use the word lowest and highest. Okay? So when I say it is the maximum point, meaning to say that is the point that located in the upper part or the apex of the parabola. Okay? Located at the very apex of the parabola. Okay? Now, of course, balikan natin, let's go back. If that vertex is the lowest point or the minimum point of this parabola that opens upward, okay, the location also of the focus. The location of the focus is above. Okay, so isulat mo, you write it down. Focus is located above the vertex. Above the vertex. Of course, if a parabola opens downward, the focus is located below. Okay? Below the vertex. Below the vertex. Okay? Now, we're already done. That is how to relate the opening of the parabola or the orientation of the parabola to our standard equation. Okay? So, meaning to say, the orientation, be it upward, downward, sideward, to the left, to the right, that relates to the working equation. Okay? That relates to the working equation. Now, whatever discussion or whatever understanding in here, you just try to reverse it, apply it in here. So meaning to say, if we have the opening of the parabola that opens to the right and to the left, definitely it faces the y-axis. And if that faces the y-axis, the binomial that is being raised to the second power is y minus k raised to the second power. Now, if the parabola opens to the right, meaning to say, the latus rectum is always positive 1. If the parabola opens to the left, this must be negative. The latus rectum is negative. Now it will follow that when the latus rectum is negative, definitely the latus rectum is located left side of the vertex. Sunod mo. Write it down. The latus rectum is located left side of the vertex. If that is positive, the latus rectum is located at the right side of the vertex. It follows that the focus is located at the right side of the vertex if the parabola opens to the right. It follows that the focus is located to the left if the parabola opens to the left. Okay? So that is the equations